I'm Dan Phegley, 21610 Southeast Little Lane. And I'd like to talk about, at the May 21st council meeting, I testified regarding the outrageous email exchange between Chris Hawes and the City Community Development Director, John Morgan. They were discussing how they could discredit our mayor. In this email, we were introduced to Mayor Numbnuts and treated to profanity from both Chris and John Morgan. I asked for the resignation of Chris and the immediate dismissal of John, and this council took no action. I followed this up with an email to Dan Odell, and our city councilor, Marlo Dean, did respond, and I thank him. He states, could you put up Exhibit 1? In his reply, he states, responding to this email is a risk on my part to further intimidation by you and your group. And I reached out to your group and only received intimidation, false allegations, and harassment tactics in response. Then he tells that he has tried to stop these personal attacks. However, can you have number 2? On March 20th, in an email with a city postmark, he makes these statements to a Damascus citizen. Dan Phegley started his attacks to discredit me and others on council. He made threats and attacked my good name, calling me a liar. He refers to how I made it impossible to work with this Ask Damascus hate group. Then, Dan Phegley also has intimidated Dan Odell by reporting him to the Ethics Committee over a ridiculous reason which the committee quickly dismissed. Oh, really? Could you put up Exhibit 3? You'll note that this is a letter from Dan Odell, and it clearly states that no such complaints were ever made. Marlo used city resources to falsely accuse me of an action he knew did not take place. Then wholly made up an outcome, including a verdict for this deliberate attack. Is this your way of restoring the good name of Damascus? This is not the first time he's done this. Attacks on citizens by current council members are an accepted practice by this council, and false statements are the preferred method. I still believe Damascus council members, I still believe Damascus can become a great city, but we must have a council that values truth, and too many here do not. But as the great philosopher Ricky Ricardo would say, Marlo, you have some splendid to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.